Happy Saturday, guys. And today I wanted to share the old Don Lemon. He used to be different. I think I liked the old Don Lemon. And YouTube, this is not me. This is a CNN broadcasting. I don't think if I am violating any policy here, because this is real news from the real, not fake, but the real CNN. So I just wanted to share this for all the black people who support this woke nonsense, and for all the black people who try to cancel everybody who said something way back, like maybe 30 years ago, about them or whoever. I want you, my fellow black people, to listen to the old Don Lemon and ask yourselves, why haven't you cancelled him yet? You tend to cancel all the white people who say something about anything that you do. But here we have Don Lemon said the worst that he could when he started his job at CNN. He used to think differently. He kind of leaned towards the white people or highly educated black people. I think he tended to have more white friends. He grew up in a white neighborhood. He grew up around white people, if you know what I mean. And so he probably thought differently. And today here he is talking about this nonsense about canceling other people who said something bad about black people. Yet he even said the worst. If to me it's not the worst. To me this is like, yeah, what he said made sense. Enough with my rambling. And so I just want you to watch this other side of the old Don Lemon. And thank you guys for watching as usual. Um, let's dive into the video, shall we?
Because black people, if you really want to fix the problem, here's just 5 things that you should think about doing. Here's number 5. And if this doesn't apply to you, if you're not doing this, then it doesn't apply to you. I'm not talking about you. Here's number 5. Pull up your pants. Walking around with your ass and your underwear showing is not okay. In fact, it comes from prison when they take away belts from the prisoner so that they can't make a weapon. And then it evolved into which role a prisoner would have during male-on-male prison sex. The one with the really low pants is a submissive one. You get my point? Number 4 now is the N-word. By promoting the use of that word when it's not germane to the conversation, have you ever considered that you may just be perpetuating the stereotype the masser intended, acting like a nigger? Now, number 3, respect where you live. Start small by not dropping trash, littering in your own communities. I've lived in several predominantly white neighborhoods in my life. I rarely, if ever, witness people littering. I live in Harlem now. It's an historically black neighborhood. Every single day I see adults and children dropping their trash on the ground when a garbage can is just feet away. Just being honest here. Number 2, finish school. You want to break the cycle of poverty? Stop telling kids are acting white because they go to school or they speak proper English. A high school dropout makes on average $19,000 a year. A high school graduate makes $28,000 a year. A college graduate makes $51,000 a year. Over the course of a career, a college grad will make nearly $1 million more than a high school graduate. That's a lot of money. And number 1, and probably the most important, just because you can have a baby, it doesn't mean you should, especially without planning for one or getting married first. More than 72% of children in the African American community are born out of wedlock. That means absent fathers. And the studies show that lack of a male role model is an express train right to prison. And the cycle continues.
You heard him right. He's just being honest. Honest. Like the what Listen, we were colonized with the British, so we tend to sound, I don't sound British, but some pronunciations or some words are like from British English. I don't know. Never mind. But yeah, being, he's just being honest there. So yeah, what's wrong with being honest? What's wrong with telling the truth these days? And why haven't people cancelled him for being honest? Because for being honest, oh my God, honest, it's a H. Please, somebody needs to make a change with this pronunciation sometimes. But anyway, that's your Don Lemon there. I don't know if some of you are offended. I am not offended at all. I did not grow up in a rich neighborhood. I never grew up in a white, predominantly white neighborhood. No, I grew up in Africa. Like every single person I saw was black and black and black. So I know nothing about whatever he's talking about. We don't sag in Africa. But we tend to like when I grow up, like, I'm 46, okay? So it's kind of different now. But when I grew up, people wanted to walk, to talk like they're black Americans. I think everybody around the world wanted to behave like the black Americans. They thought it was cool. My goodness, I have a problem with my throat today. People thought it was cool to behave or act like black people, like sag. Like, I remember letting my son wear these bigger pants and let him sag. And he was just like 2 years old. So, yeah, no, not today. Today, Mm-mm. But anyway, so what do you think about Don Lemon spilling the tea back in the days? Talking the truth, being honest back in the days? Huh? Is that offensive today in our work world of work people, of everything has to abide? And I think when Black Lives Matter started, it was it was something. I thought it was going to be something to help the black people, the black brothers in the United States. I was for it. I was never against it. And then they tended to let all these white people get involved and bring their whatever agendas into Black Lives Matter. Whenever there was a protest, you see only white people protesting. And I'm like, okay, I don't think if this is for Black Lives Matter, because all I see is white people with blue hair and I don't know, this crazy colored hair, and they behave differently. They're like all these genderless or whatever. What do they have to do with black? And they hijacked the Black Lives Matter movement. They incited all this nonsense about breaking up the family nuclear, and it became something that has nothing to do with black people. And then they also try to make black people getting involved with all this LGBTQ whatever. And as a black African, okay, the most important thing for us is family. We want to have babies. We want to have grandkids. We want to have a family. Never mind. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to like, share, comment, and hit the notification bell on your way out so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Bye. The hit.